Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Thea 2 The Shattering. Today we're going to try to at least figure out where we want to put our town, if not actually get it down. But before we do that, there was something in the patch that I was actually very excited about that I totally forgot to mention in the previous episode. And that is it? Yeah, here. Look at all the new rituals. They built out the ritual system a little bit more. So let's have a look at these. I haven't actually read them. So we still have the same curse removal and idol replacement, both obviously fairly useful. Idol replacement maybe more than the curse removal, given how frequently the witch comes by in her house. But let's see what these build into. So from replace idol, we can get to 3 experience points equally divided among the members of the group. When you click on these, do they show you... Okay, they do show you what the costs are. So that's not that hard to put together, really. There are definitely areas where you could just have this running constantly if you settle on top of some like enchanted leather and herbs or something. That's kind of interesting. 3 XP is not a huge amount, but if you did have somebody devoted to this, somebody with like a couple hundred ritual skill who was just running it every turn, it would add up pretty quickly. Grants +4 shielding to all members of the 4 red shielding to all members of the group for 5 turns. That's kind of a cool idea, like representing you take a moment to prepare yourself for the challenge ahead. That's actually, I like that as a thing for rituals to do, give you little temporary buffs. And that one is not too onerous. Celebration. Upon completion, rises morale of all members of the group to 40. Probably, I imagine this means instantly. That seems like a pretty good way of recovering from specific crummy situations. And yeah, it's just like a bunch of food. Okay. I imagine I wouldn't buy this very much, but like I could definitely see how you might use it. Create a demon that will fight and work for you for 5 turns. How expensive? Okay, not very expensive. I mean, mythical leather is a significant cost, but yeah, that's like, this is very much like this other thing. I like a lot the idea of doing a ritual right before you're about to do something that's maybe a little bit outside of your ability. And then is this whole line... Yeah, this whole line is summon dudes to help you do a thing. Okay, that's cool. Upon completion, a basic raft appears in the inventory. Okay, so I was gonna say, like, it's not very hard to build a raft. Why would you need this? But this lets you build a raft without wood. Because I think does the normal raft recipe always require wood? Crafting. Crafting is the button I want. No, you could make it out of bone if you don't have wood. So does this let you build one without wood or bone? Yeah, it totally does. Okay, this is just an alternate way of building a boat if you get unlucky with your resource drops. That's fine, it's not exciting. Grants +2 sight range for 3 turns. Hard to imagine. Okay, the cost is pretty low if you're near mushrooms. Oh, and actually I really like the flavor of that you can use the mushrooms to gain greater vision. That like really ties into how the goblins... That feels like a real... not Shadowkin. What are the goblins called? Spirit Talkers ritual. That's cool. And this grants a random low-level domestic pet for a fairly low cost. And it's got a picture of a cat right on it, that makes a lot of sense, because what you probably will mostly use this for is trying to get a cat so that you can make purple classes. And in fact, it would be 2 advancement points for us to get that. That might be worth doing. And then off of curse removal, 1.5 gathering to all members of the group and plus 10% group carry for 5 turns. Okay, I could definitely see making use of this. Because remember, it's not just about increasing your carry limits so that you can get unencumbered. Even if you are encumbered, the amount of movement that you lose from encumbrance is based on how much you're over your carry limit. So this can still pick you up, even if it doesn't get you all the way to under your carry limit. Plus 2.5 crafting, but -1 gathering to all members of the group for 5 turns. Sure, before you build your idol, if you're in a situation where it's not going to be easy to get the materials to replace it or whatever. Low-level physical blessing for 2 turns, and then purple and yellow. Yeah, okay. So a lot of these are just like preparatory, I'm about to do a hard challenge kind of things. This is nice. When I said they should really expand the ritual system and just put some more stuff in here, like all of this stuff is exactly the kind of thing I was expecting. That's cool. It seems like the developers are really devoted, based on both their behavior with this game and what I understand of their behavior with the first game. They're really devoted to like staying in, keeping the improvements rolling. I'm eager to see what this game's going to look like in 18 months, you know? Okay, so how long do we have on this kid? Thaddeus has joined us and is going to grow up into an adult in 31 turns. By that time, I would like it if Thaddeus had some significant mysticism and or destiny, preferably mysticism, because I'm sure the class role is still mysticism based. So we should try to find a pet by then. I mean, maybe we'll get lucky. You get cats from events all the time. So I don't know that we need to stress too much about young Thaddeus at the moment, though. Let's just figure out our town. Let's figure out our town situation. Now, of course, we could do the One Ring thing instead. Skip building a town and just use our seed to make a really powerful character. Hold on a second. Is the rat allowed to use jewelry? Oh, the rat is allowed to use jewelry. That's definitely interesting. I'll think about it. But I'll think about what to do with that. But I really like putting down a town. I don't know, maybe it's just the 4X player in me. So let's get these respawned. Where are we at on the Theodore quest? What does Theodore want us to do right now? Okay, go to the Slavian village, do the Zbigniew thing. That's what that is. Well, we can do that. We're in okay shape, food and stuff wise. So we do need to build a raft. If we're thinking about putting down a town, I would like to do it with advanced resources. So we do have to build a raft, or like a real boat. I think we found last time even a cheaply made sailboat ended up being kind of insufficient for our causes. So I'd like to make a good sailboat if we could swing that. If you just go normal wood, okay, if you just go normal wood and you go heavy, you still get the kind of bad one. So we would have to get some better materials. Or we could try, like, what? I wish it was easier to see, like, what does a high tier version of a thing look like? Like, what does the best raft do? Best raft gives you 9 move and 5,000 carry limit. I'm wondering about that raft ritual. Wondering if we can make something happen there. What did it take to do it? Because I'm saying, like, I kind of want to pick up Catch Pet anyway to get a cat, potentially. So maybe let's fiddle with this. We don't have a ton of advancement points, but they're not as hard to get as we once were worried they might be. I'm gonna go ahead and spend the point. Let's buy both of these right now. I'm not too worried about winning the game. A lot of what I'm curious about here is playing with the new toys. So, make new pet. If we were to throw, say, 45 fish into this recipe, okay, it gives you no idea of what the outcome will be. One has to wonder. They should really. That's the thing they should fix. They should do it with the replace idol thing as well. With the replace idol thing, it's not so bad because you can just go into the crafting menu and see what an idol made out of your ritual components would look like. But in this case, we do have this mithril. Okay, you cannot make a pet out of metal, unfortunately. I sort of do want to just like put 25 bone and 15 fish into this recipe and see what we get. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Let's figure this out. What is made of fish and bone? I don't know. Probably a fish. Okay, and the values require you to have some people who are actually good at rituals in order to really take advantage of them. The goblin is not super good, but he could work a little bit here. So if we move you guys off of gathering malachite and focus instead on catching a pet. Okay, so we're not building it. We're catching a pet with a lure made of fish and bone. That should get us a cat, right? I think that makes sense. And then if we wanted to make a boat here, like what if we wanted to make like a really good raft? The best raft we can make reasonably with our materials. Oh, are we seriously a single granite short of... Well, we could spend an advancement point on granite. That would get us there. I guess we could just do this instead. Hey, look at that. All that malachite we gathered, go into use immediately. Who wouldn't want to sail around in a raft made entirely of mithril and gems? This is real goofy. Okay, so we're gathering... I'm gonna have the kids start working on this, and then we'll swap these two over. And we'll just stay put and gather fish and wood for right now, because we're coming out way ahead on those. Yeah, let's see what these new rituals yield. Let's get some cool stuff going. Okay, we have created a pet. We have caught a pet, not created. It was a wolf. Well, that's not what I was hoping for. I mean, I'm not upset about it. Probably the kid doesn't... We should put the wolf on somebody who's going to benefit from the red stats a little bit more. Go Slav. You know what we need is some armor. That's probably like a real early spend for us. Something to plow some advancement points into. Okay, and now that we've done that, let's pull the kid off of this, have you two go to work on that. 6 turns to build me a raft, and while we're doing this, the kid can just, like... The kid can actually pull 10 malachite out of the ground in that time. Okay, works for me. You come across... Yeah, we're gonna wake up, and they're going to have been taken by the light, etc. I've been here before. We know this place. Oh, interesting. Because we came in here through the magic domain, I guess, it's only a difficulty 2 purple challenge. Could we do a purple challenge difficulty 2? We do have Sabina with 6 destiny on a wand. And then my man here does have Strength of the Swarm now. Let's go for it. Let's try it. We could probably do that. And I bet the penalty for failing this is not too harsh. We might be able to outperform that. Let's try. I mean, I know it does suck to not have any purple armor. Okay, so our dude here hitting with a hammer splash attack with Strength of the Swarm seems like a pretty good way to start. They have Speed of the Swarm, which I do not care for. That's that's going to complicate things a little bit. Alright, let's get 2 of him down, and then we'll start playing people behind him. I mean, you know the deal at this point. So Sabina, definitely go for the weapon attack here. Yeah, unfortunately they're all just going to get to go before us because of Speed of the Swarm. And we do not get our war cry, even though this is not a concept challenge, it just doesn't function in purples, apparently, which is a thing that I don't think we knew for certain before. Alright, in terms of, you have to forgive me a little bit here as I reacquaint myself with our options. We have no summonables. My thinking was that I was just not going to play Magellan, but now I'm wondering if I should have played Magellan instead of her. Let's not worry about him. So I'm going to put Chesk up. Chesk can get in here and help out. It turns out his artifact attack is actually faster than his brute force. Ooh, that's going to be annoying. So we have 2 points left. And the question is, do we play like 3 damage and 3 damage to give us more boosts on the Strength of the Swarm? Or do we just play the 9 because the 9's way better? Like if we play 3-3, we're going to get a boost of 4 points on our Strength of the Swarm guy, and if we play 9, we get a boost of 2 points. So it ends up being slightly more total damage to go this way, while also not putting as many bodies on the table. Is that a bad thing, though? Do I want to put a lot of bodies on the table? I guess... Actually, using Widowmaker here does lighten up the damage on the Scavenger, so that's probably a good enough reason to do things that way. And then the kid can just stand in the back and do something. I don't even know what. Do this. Okay, this is a pretty reasonable amount of damage. And we actually have okay purple health. It's not great, but it's fine. So they have 1 card in their hand that they didn't play, but it's probably the same guy, right? Focus on this dude first, please. Yeah, there we go. So nobody's even going to be down to half. Yeah, we outperformed the auto-resolve here. I guess we're not actually... Are we going to kill this guy? Yeah, we are, just barely. Okay. So we're not actually going to finish off the battle, though, because they have the 1 card left. And it probably has Speed of the Swarm, but it's just the 1. And we have protection on him. So if we assume it's the same card, it's probably still the case that we need to play him down to actually kill it. It's probably got like the 20, yeah. It's got approximately the same amount of health. But we actually could just play him, like they're just going to play that thing 3 times, and I could just play him twice and then the shield. Well, no, because it's going to get to fire all 3 of its attacks before I get to go. Man, they really are. They're too fast. I'll put Gostlav down in front of it. He's not even good. It just gets the job done is all. Well, hold on. Let me put down another one of these dudes. I mean, we may as well push that strength of the swarm, right? And just have people who have large, pretty full health pools come in and stand in front of some of the damage. I don't know that I actually want to play anybody else in the front line, I mean. And we don't have any buffs or anything that are going to make this... Okay, yeah, this will help a little. Could maybe get a point of damage off of that. Nope. Not descaling them enough. Well, actually, it looks like they're only going to get 2 of their attacks off, and only 1 of them is going to hit the scavenger, so that's not so bad. And they have 2 cards left, or 2 points left. Nobody has a shielding ability aside from him. I could do this again. You know, like just try to descale. Okay, we got 1 damage off of each of those attacks. That matters. Okay, I don't know if I actually took less total damage than the auto-resolver would have given us, but I definitely spread it out a little bit better, which is still nice, and Sabina gained some destiny. That's a shame. I kind of wish it would have gone on the kid. Alright, how are we doing on that ritual? 4 more turns. Okay. Sit and gather fish and wood for 4 more turns. It's fine. We're above replacement rate on these resources, so we're not losing anything by chilling here. Alright, let's see that boat. What kind of sick boat did we make there? Wow, okay. So it must be that it doesn't even consider the essence value of the ingredients you put in? Because there's no way using mithril would have produced this if it did. So basically what happened there is we just burned 10 mithril. Like, this is a complete garbage raft. 1400 carry limit, Jesus. Okay. Well, good to know. So that ritual apparently will only always produce you the lowest quality raft, and the lowest quality raft may as well not exist. 1400 carry limit. Like, we're 10%... Yeah, this would mean the raft moves at like 3 movement, maybe 2 by the time we actually put it in the water. I mean, I guess... Okay. There's a pretty narrow strait right here. We can't actually see the shore very clearly in the mist, but I guess it gets us across? Alright, so... Do we want to do the Pure Stone thing again? I do, yeah. Maybe it's a good idea to get over to Orktown just like as quickly as possible. Try to gather while the challenges are relatively easy. But we probably want to like push questing a little bit. Let's try to finish up this Bigniev thing at the very least, because we want to have advancement points. Oh, right, we have a new kid. We should move the boar. I'm assuming the new kid is our speed limiter. Yep. Kid is 1 space slower than everybody else. Okay, so we'll have 1 more point of movement available next turn. And, like, we do want to pull up these terrain artifacts and stuff. Maybe that's worth doing now before we leave. Oh, this is the toad thing. This isn't the Zbigniew quest. Well... We'll do this. How did the other demons disappear? The light did it, etc. Alright, break the curse. I'm good at purple challenges. Oh. I'm gonna try that again. I'm not good at purple challenges. I can win a purple challenge some of the time. So this is a concept challenge, and that does hurt a little bit. We do not get our artifact. But we still have all of this strength. All of this swarming strength. We did not get all the way back to full, which is a little bit bad. Ooh, 14 poison damage, huh? And of course, we didn't get all the way back to full health, so the poison damage is going to hit for full. That is real crummy. Well, Yo, that sucks a lot, actually. Yeah, without our wands, we're definitely worse. I'm trying to see if I think that this is doable. I guess we play you here. Or maybe here? This attack is slow enough that it won't, the true damage thing won't go off. By the time we hit this thing, it won't have armor anymore. And, like, our only hope for survival here is get people into cover while we grow our strength of the swarm. I should have put Magellan down first and then done these two things. I was just thinking I wanted this to happen as quickly as possible so we'd have some chance of peeling these other guys away. But they have a really good... remember, the damage here is not real. We don't have to be afraid about using Magellan even though his stats are going to be terrible. I forgot what I was saying in the rush to say that stuff. Yeah, even if we had played Magellan, I wouldn't have wanted it to be like 2 of this guy and then 2 of Magellan, because that would have limited the number of characters we got to play, and we do need to push one of them up to an actual meaningful damage value as quickly as possible. Alright, well, we got 1 card off the table. We lose pretty much immediately, though. Because this is going to get rid of the scavenger, and then we can't generate enough damage anymore. Okay, so we do fail the concept challenge. I don't know that we've ever failed this before, so I'm not sure what happens. I mean, we can just scoop it up here. There's no sense playing that out. Okay, the toad is slimy and stinks of the bog. It croaks at you and looks confused. Okay, we did not uncurse our poor toad buddy here. That's a shame. A little bit of faith damage, it's not a big deal. And the rewards from that quest are not great. You know, they're okay. So let's see. How many turns would we have to sit here? 4 turns? It's 4 turns of a lot of people not getting a lot done. We could try to cook or something in this time. Nope, we don't have any ingredients to speak of. I mean, we could. We could do this once. We have exactly enough herbs. It helps a little bit, I suppose. And then, we could do some research. We get anything done 7 turns? That's a little longer than I would like to sit, right? Can we rebalance this a little bit so that it makes more sense? Like if we... Let's say we do this. Get that down to 4 turns. And this still at 4 turns. There you go. That's a little bit better. And then there's no sense putting pressure on this because we'll get nowhere near finishing it. And we'll lose all our progress when we get up. I guess that's it. I guess that's what we'll do for 4 turns. Because, like, what I was thinking is... Oh, well, maybe we don't need to get them right now. We could go out, get our stuff, and come back. But I don't want to come back. That seems like a lot of effort. Alright, a group of goblin travelers approaches asking for shelter. We should be helping one another. This event turns out positively a little more often than it turns out negatively, I think. But yeah, not always. They stole all of our mithril, and yeah, that's annoying. That's kind of what it always is with that stuff. It's always just annoying. Do we need the gathering right this second? Luck early in the game, I think, is an acceptable take. We'll want the gathering skill eventually. Caught off guard by a hurricane. Wow. We should probably take cover. I mean, we'll get attacked in the cave, probably. There'll be something in there, but we'll just fight it. A set of hungry wolf eyes is staring at you. I think we can take wolves. I think this is winnable. Yeah, and we're all in perfect health. Let's try it. Let's try to get out of this without actually taking damage. We may well be able to. That's 11. Oh, it's such a narrow battlefield. That actually does complicate things considerably. So he's attacking on 9, or he's attacking on 7. I could get in on 9.2. I'm wondering if it's even worth trying to play Goslav here. Because, like, obviously, we're going to use our boar for one of the spaces. I don't really want to put Magellan down because his health is so low relative to the damage they deal. We got to get Magellan some armor. And then I have a similar concern about our other Strength of the Swarm guy. Yeah, let's commit you. And you. I'm gonna let Warcry bring us in as much as possible here. It's not going to be enough for us not to get hit at all, but it'll do something. So they're going to play a second copy of one of the wolves here, but then that's probably all they'll get to do. So how are we going to take advantage of that? And we could just go ahead and play Guslav here. We're talking about him taking 22 damage at least, though. Right now, these two together aren't even killing this wolf. Yeah, I think it's very dangerous to put down a second copy of him. I guess a lot comes down to which wolf they play here. Because if it's the one that's in front of these two, then we can first strike it, such that, you know, we'll only get bit once. So I guess the answer is kind of I don't want to do anything yet. It's already the case that we're probably not going to be able to act before them, so let's just go ahead and let them play. Okay, worst outcome. How do we deal with that? Well, we have 5 total points remaining. Just trying to figure out if I think there's any way at all that we can... I don't think there's a way that we can stack up enough damage, even using first strikes and everything, to kill this guy. Like, okay, if we play... Let's say we play Guslav and Widowmaker again, with 4 of our points, and then we use the last point to play the wolf here. We end up in a very similar situation. We get this guy for 6... Then we hit him for 24 damage between these two and the wolf. But it really does put us in dire straits as far as, like... So if we do that, Guslar definitely gets attacked twice for 11, and then a third time for 11 at the beginning of the second round, and there's nothing we can do about it. There's no way to make that not occur. Right now, he's going to get bit twice for 11 and survive that. So I think we maybe have to play Widowmaker in front over here. Play the boar there. The boar has 10 health, I believe, so he'll absorb both of the wolf attacks on this side. I can't even play her weapon attack in the front row. We'll have to do brute force. We'll still get the first strike damage, but that means I no longer get the life leech, which unusually I actually care about quite a bit. Spider can only be played in back as well. Shit, man. And then we don't have a lot of other people who could stand up to multiple bites from a wolf. In fact, we don't have any other people who could stand up to multiple bites from a wolf. So we have to just do this. And this. Then I may as well pass the turn. Let's get my other point here. Alright, so now I can play anybody except for her. So, like, who has a relevant ability? Chase has, like, the really weak Hunter's Mark. Or we could play Double Toss. Let's see. Right now we're going to do 21 to this guy. Actually, Double Toss could kill him, maybe. And then, do we have any... We don't have any abilities. Yeah, we do. I can do this. Maybe pull... Okay, we managed to descale a point of damage there. That's something. Alright, this results in nobody dying during the first round. Oh, I forgot he has 2 points of damage from retaliation. Yeah. So see, it says on the double toss ability that it hits up to 2 targets, but it really does only seem to ever hit 1 target, doesn't it? Yeah, I totally spaced on the fact that he has 2 points of damage from retaliation now, which means that that wolf doesn't get a second bite, which really lowers the overall damage. Okay, that worked out pretty well. Alright, Tidius gets to take Mysticism, which is pretty good, I think. Healer has an option of taking Intelligence, Wits, or Strength. I am inclined to focus on Wits or Intelligence. But I gotta be honest with you, I do love 2 Strength on pretty much everybody. I'm gonna do it like this for right now and hope that we get offered Strength again later, because I think we do need to scale into yellow challenges. You know what, is that true? Do we need her to scale into yellow challenges? We might be okay on yellow for the difficulty of yellows that we would currently see, since we have, people with artifacts and stuff. Maybe this is a good time to pick up 2 Strength. Because we'll be offered Intelligence again later. It's our highest stat, it will definitely be in the mix. We might not see 2 Strength again, that's a pretty rare roll, given her stat layout. And we do know that carrying capacity matters an awful lot. Alright, good work everybody. So we found some silver, we also found some dragon bees. Let's move away from the dragon bees. So I'm thinking we're going to go get this, and then we're going to maybe return to our little spot over here and gather up for a little ocean voyage. Oh, actually, we could move... That's a little inconvenient, but we can end up here and be gathering food while we're gathering that thing. That'll help a little bit. Oh, this looks new. You come across a small hamlet that looks run down and has many odd occult signs scattered around. You hear music and cheering from the barn. Clearly, they're celebrating. A stocky, bald man who introduces himself as the Chief comes out to greet you. "Oh, guests, blessed be Lada, you must come and join us, else we both be cursed, eh? That's a threat, but okay, sure. Offer some food to the family." Man, I don't have a lot of food. 25, okay, fine. You know what? Fine. We're about to be able to go fishing, and I don't want to be cursed, so... You dance, drink, eat, and rejoice. You feel ill in the morning, and it wouldn't be a good wedding if you felt well. There is a lingering feeling of ill spirits here, too, but it may not affect you. The hosts are overjoyed with your presence, and they even give you a parting gift. Okay, so that sucks a lot. That's a lot of gathering lost for 4 turns. And they also gave us a carrier goat, which is actually okay. And some nut tincture and a spiritual curse for some reason. Wow, that event sucks. So this is a hugely bad time to get a massive gathering curse. We're gonna run out of wood. We can remove, or a massive gathering reduction. We can remove the spiritual curse, that's not a big deal, I'm not too stressed about that part. Although, no, we actually cannot, never mind, because it takes a lot of wood to do so. Well, then we'll just sit here in it and wait until the witch shows up on her magic house. So we'll do 4 turns of gathering at this speed, and then we'll speed up, and that will help. But that was almost maybe the worst time possible to get a big gathering decrease like that. Okay, so this should be the turn it wore off. Alright. One more turn to pull that up. Okay, enchanted leather, that's cool. Now we really do have to just go back to the place where we can get wood and food at the same time. We actually, we have a lot of mouths to feed now. Oh hey, another kid. Not that I'm unhappy to have another kid, but like I was just saying how we have too many mouths to feed. Winter needs to end. That'll help a little bit with the speed of the wood gathering. Okay, this idiot shows up and we're like, whatever, and give me the shortest version of the thing. Okay, Bandit's Cave, got it. Little bummed out that that happened so early, because now we're going to have to come back here to continue that quest. Okay, let's figure this out. We need to be gathering food as efficiently as possible, then we need to be gathering wood. Okay, 2 turns to gather wood is 100% good enough. You guys are comically bad at gathering. Well, we can look into building some gathering tools, but unfortunately we just don't really have a lot of resources. If we could put together some more malachite, it looks like... Okay, we could make a bad gathering tool right now. Not even that bad, really. And then use this to help us gather more resources for gathering tools. Can we put some people who are a little bit better at this job on this? 9? With a 30% chance of producing trash. Really? Okay, how about we put the actual craftsman on it? Better. And then we'll just be a little bit less efficient at fish gathering. We are eating 8 fish per turn, so we do need to be pulling 10 every single turn. But this isn't so bad. Okay, the building seems to have appeared. It's the Dwarven Forge thing. Spring is here, and so we are burning wood less quickly. But we're hovering on the edge here. We just need to stay put for a couple of turns. Hey, it's rats. This floor is swarming with vermin. Let's try to bring these rats on board. Hey guys, join the team. Forget that thing that I was just saying about how we're totally screwed. We're definitely the people you want to join up with. Okay, the rats fall in line or run off, considering your stature. That's true, I am a very large rat. The nest lies empty for you to loot. Okay. Some wands that are totally fine. 33 fur leather's cool. 29 meat is awesome. That was actually really good. You should probably take trash attack right now, because we need the points of gathering. And let's talk about wands. So, actually, all of my wands are 1.5x scalers. It's a little unfortunate. These wands are the same speed. They're slightly lighter than the wands that we're currently carrying. I guess that's something. Somebody should have this goat. May as well have the group carry limit increase. And you, I guess, can carry a wand? I think that's better than you carrying a sword, probably. Can we give the kid the spear? This does give the kid the ability to do 1 damage instantly, which might matter. We should also actually look at his skills. Okay, it's Protective Word. That's a good skill for a child to have. What are we doing on your time? 5 turns? Okay, well... I mean, Thaddeus got just a raw mysticism increase, so maybe that'll be enough to make the class happen. We can hope. Is that the thing's about done? Okay. Tell me we made a good one. Okay, we made an acceptable one. So our gatherer can take this, because this is an upgrade over... Oh no, the one we had is actually... Okay. So who is next highest gathering? It's probably Chase, right? 7.4. I mean, we could sort by gathering, I suppose. Yeah, it totally is. Okay, so you get that. And let's gather a little bit more efficiently. So we can actually probably... Let me see here. Can we put together a group of people who can get fish every turn without using her? No, not quite. We could if we rebalance the wood gathering as well, because we don't need to be quite as good at wood gathering. I'm just thinking, if we're going to make the rest of our tools out of malachite, she kind of has to be on the malachite. So if we go you plus you, that gets us fish every turn. That means you can help with the malachite, and then you two can gather wood. Yeah, wood gathering every 2 turns is more than sufficient. And then we can do a little bit of cooking with the herbs that we just got. So let's do one of these. And one of these. And I suppose I could be starring these recipes because these are pretty common. I want to do exactly one of each. Actually, that's a little bit of an ordeal, apparently. Alright, well, we will sit here and work on this for 4 turns. I have no problem with that. So we just gotta kind of get back to a place where we are okay on food. We have enough food to walk around. Alright, I will agree to have my curse singular removed. We can dump a lot of wood here. Obviously, I'm a little reluctant to give them the fish. Actually, let's use some of this cheap stone. Cheap bad stone and metal. are awkward to carry around. We have 10 clay and 19 granite. I'll hold on to those because we might actually want to build with those. And then we can just pay off the rest of it in fish. Or, actually, we could pay off the rest of it in wood because we are gathering the wood a lot faster than we're using it. Alright, get rid of that curse. Awesome. Okay, kid grows up to be not a magical class. Do we want another warrior? Honestly, another gatherer might be a better thing to have right now. Okay, 11 turns of food, 6 turns of wood, and now a few different food types. We're definitely having a little bit more trouble getting established here. So we have our crummy raft. Do we want to just go for it at this point? And by go for it, sorry, that was a little vague. I mean, just like try to go to another island. Go get our obsidian. We have 4 advancement points. That's enough to get to the ability to work pure stone. Wait, is it 112 or 123? Okay, it's 123 that we need. So we actually have to get up to 6. Well, I guess let's quest a little bit. But maybe we should stay put for just another couple of wood gathers because we are actually very short on camping supplies. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, you know what we could be doing? We could be researching right now. Who is good at research? Nobody, really. We could pull you guys over onto this, though, since we're in a little bit less of a focused place on this other stuff. That's still a pretty okay rate of wood gathering, I think. Yeah, we'll end up with a bunch of malachite that we can work with. Gems are always good. We'll just hang out here until we have researched that terrain artifact. That'll give us enough time to build up a stock of wood and food. Okay, cool. We have another child. Oh, there's now an actual half-race trait. For some, the child will become purely of one race, but for humans, the children can remain human and carry only some traits of their other parent. So Nunawaj is half-orc and spawned with a bonus point of strength. I am somewhat excited about the number of children we're having here. Like, we're already... What, was that person number 9 or 10? 9. Yeah, we're already at 9 people, which is awesome. It's a little harsh on our food supply, but... when they're all adults, it's going to be really great. Okay. We're having a faith problem. That's not great. Let's run a ritual. Stupid people and their stupid low faith. Oh, dear. Okay, well, we're going to have to use a bunch of malachite in this line, because we actually are not producing wood quickly enough to use it for that. And then we can use a very small amount of fish for the second part. And we need people to actually get this thing done. That does not work. We're going to need, at the very least... Here, we'll need him. And then let's just, like, reconfigure this whole thing one more time. So I wanted to have enough malachite to build stuff out of, and we will. I think we should definitely move this turn, like, as soon as we do this ritual. So I want to put enough gathering points onto the fish that we do get the fish one more time. Make sure that we get as much wood as possible, and then... I'm just a little bit short here. Yeah, this is awkward. There's no way to do this. We're just going to have to sit for 2 turns if we want to get one more load of wood and malachite and fish. Alright, well, that's what we'll do then. Okay, the bad weather has ended, and that restored almost everybody's faith to full. Mizladar is suffering a little tiny bit. Wands for everybody. Until I figure out what we want to do with you all, wands for everybody. So what we've learned is that 4 mysticism is not sufficient to see a male child grow up into one of the new classes. So there must be some other trigger, or it must be destiny-based, although we did have a kid at some amount... Was it 3 or 4 destiny? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, one more load of malachite. And I mean, I guess we're ready to travel? Ready-ish. We still only have 10 turns of food, which is really crummy. And of course, the terrain here is such that we can't interact with this on the first turn. A group of armed Slavians has attacked us, which is crappy. I do not want to be losing rep with people right now. 13 damage from that crossbow, huh? Well, that sucks. And he has 31 health? That really sucks. Okay. I guess let's start with Strength of the Swarm. See, if we put Magellan down, Magellan's bite is so fast that a little bit of war cry will get us ahead of this guy, but we can't guarantee that we'll get to a place... First of all, we can't guarantee that Magellan will be safe. It makes me leery of playing him. But also, we can't guarantee that he'll be in a position where he could hit this guy anyway. I do sort of want to play him, though, because I think we're going to be... I think we're going to need every little bit here. Alright, we'll play him in the opposite corner. Hopefully they won't focus on him. Okay. They're really tough. So we can play a boar here. Followed by... the orc behind with the javelin. Wow, even their gatherer has, like, a huge amount of damage. Right, so we play... Sorry, where's the boar? You have the boar. Play a boar here, gatherer here. And then we can play somebody else with a real weapon there. Although we're playing him late enough that it's a little scary. Yeah, like we do this and... I don't know if it matters terribly where we put her. Yeah, wow, all of their characters do real damage. That's a shame. They didn't have anybody weak. Okay, so let's talk about this, because wait, it might be right to just run away here. Magellan's going to hit for 7, which is irrelevant. He's going to get killed before he kills his opponent. Then this guy's going to shoot somebody for 13, probably Magellan, because Magellan's the lowest on health. Yeah, we have to forfeit. We don't beat them. Okay, at least we didn't take too much damage on the forfeit. But that group now exists forever. Like, we'll never be able to get rid of them. So I'm going to run to the other side of this and hope that they don't have enough movement or inclination to follow. But we don't have time to, like, play stupid games with these guys. Like, we need food. Okay, we come across a cave. Scouts report that it's tunnels deep inside. We have to go in. Nest of angry bats. So we have to try to kill wildlife or something. We have to get food. Let's try to do better. Yeah, the food situation is dire. This is what happens when you don't found a town. Trying to guess what they're gonna do. I mean, we play this guy, right? Alright, so they have multiple people who are really fast and do unblockable, like tankable damage. So that's very bad. We just have to hope that they choose not to focus their fire? Like, we have to hope that they choose not to focus their fire is we give up the fight, right? Because I can't have anybody who's on the table take 22 damage. He'll die. And then again, we do have a healer, and healers are more effective at preventing death now, so maybe we'll survive it even if he goes to -2. Doesn't feel like something I could rely on. But I think we're going to need his Strength of the Swarm damage. Okay, I do appreciate them playing multiple copies of the same guy. Wondering if we first strike... And it would be better to get rid of this one, right? So let's put you down here. And then, like, can we get enough damage onto that guy? We're just not fast enough. The answer is no. We cannot get enough damage onto that guy to kill him before he attacks. But we can load the battlefield with characters and just try to give them enough targets and hope that they target somewhat randomly. Boy, they have a lot of copies of that card. So we have the boar. We do have to play this turn. Hard to know where to put him down, but I guess it doesn't actually matter. Put him down here. He can contribute some line damage, and then we got to put one more person down. I'm gonna go double toss, not directly in front of anybody, in the hopes that will allow it to actually do 2 damage, or allow it to actually hit twice. Right, that's the most valuable attack we have left. And she's, relative to what we're looking at here, she's kind of tough. Okay, so we get some splash damage. They're not focusing, which is very important for us. Definitely do attack like that. Actually, that's perfect. Okay, they're not focusing at all. That's the only way we could possibly have won, is them choosing not to kill us, basically. Okay, we still probably lose somebody. Well, here's hoping that our healer is good at her job. I was feeling pretty confident at the beginning of the video. Let's just get you down quickly. Hope that the war cry will keep him underneath the enemy. Okay, we can get rid of that card right now, actually. And that ends it. Okay. Search cave, gather the loot. We got a decent foraging tool, a decent crafting tool, and 6 meat. Okay, dude died instantly. That's great. So we are in a bad spot now. We should probably take battle orders. Oh, the first rank of this shield's for 3 now, not 2. That's nice. Probably we need to keep pumping Master Healer, like... So we're on the run. We're being actively pursued by an enemy that we cannot possibly defeat in battle, even without the death that just happened. We don't have enough food to go on an extended chase sequence here. I mean, here's what we can do. We can use our terrible raft to get in the water. We will move at none speed in the water, but they literally can't attack us. So we just need to get away from them. This is super fun, one space at a time. And they're just not going to, ever leave us alone. They're not really following. Let me get out of the water here, because we need to gather food. And when we stop to gather, we gather at about the rate that we eat, which obviously is not sustainable as a strategy. Okay. Ah, man. Please don't rob me again. Okay, cool. They poisoned us, which could actually lead to deaths. I guess let's bed down here. I mean, we certainly have camp resources. That is a problem that we did solve. Come across a cave. Well, we can try to fight whatever's in the cave. Like, if it has food, we have to take the food. Okay, never mind. It's a bear. Run away. That's a lot of damage. Okay, definitely level up Bite. I would love to try to get Magellan as scaled up as a rat can get. I think that would be really cool. To see what it looks like when a rat has a bunch of experience levels, scaling on his skills, real actual stats, good armor. I think he could be dangerous, because bites really fast. But we can't really do anything here. I mean, so the strait is not terribly long. We don't have enough food to make it across, though. And even if we did, we can't guarantee that there's food to gather on the other side. We have to go back and do this, and if the Slavian come this way... Okay, we found a child in the cabbage patch. Sometimes you find the child before it shows the people, and sometimes... I don't know what's going on with that. Well, we have 100 male children, so that's fun, but we don't know what the deal is for turning them into the magic class, and also, I don't know how to feed all these kids. I mean, we're putting enough gathering into this that we're gonna get wraparound, right? We're gonna get some rollover, so sometimes we'll get 20 fish in a turn, and that will at least allow us to actually gain turns of movement. We can sit here for this. You come close to the shore of a body of water and spot a group of humanoid creatures with fins, beady eyes, and scales. They're huddling over a shipwreck, and you see human bodies at their feet. Let's try to identify these creatures. They are clearly utopiac demons, lesser water fiends who often serve vodniks and rusalkas. They are very capricious. Like many demons, they often use games and riddles to play with their potential prey. This can be used against them, so we could try playing a game with them. We're not in great red health right now. It's really, I think, kind of dumb that we had the option to identify them or fight them or run, and then when I stopped to think for a second, I lost the ability to run. We definitely should still be able to do that, but we could try the yellow thing. We're in better yellow health, and we might actually be better at yellow challenges, given Magellan and the scaling on the bone artifact and stuff. Obviously, it sucks not to have our scavenger anymore, but let's try it. Resolve manually, I guess. We might be able to control how the damage is distributed a little bit better. So we don't have any summons that work in yellow challenges, right? Oh no, the boar totally does. Okay, the boar doesn't do any damage in yellow challenges, but we can use him to absorb one hit, which we're going to have to, because that's 15 damage. We can also, remember, actually use Magellan to absorb a hit because you cannot lose the Chosen due to sanity. That's not my hope. That's not where I want to be, but it might be where we end up because it's just like a lot of damage. The thing is, if Magellan gets hit, we lose all of our damage, so... man, we don't really have... Okay, so Chase can tank a little bit. I'm gonna play Magellan back here. And Chase can go here. We can play the board there. Or we can play you right now. Actually, let's put her down right now, because I don't know yet where we want to put our tanker. I'm going to play the boar over here. This sucks. Okay, 12 is higher than or 12 is lower than I would like. Yeah, we have protection, so this was really the plan here. Like, this is the only way we had of surviving this. It doesn't matter if Magellan takes a bunch of yellow damage, in that he won't go away after the battle, but we do need him to stay on the table, because he has to actually hit with both of his attacks, or we can't win this. Okay, so Chase is going to take one and be fine. Magellan's going to take one and go to very low health, but we're okay. Actually, never mind. Magellan doesn't get hit. What was I thinking? Okay, permanent point of wisdom for one of the kids. That's cool. Lost some water demon loyalty, but found some armor. I'm very excited about the armor, and also 30 mushrooms. That's extremely good for us. That's like 4 turns of food. Widowmaker doesn't really want any of these stats, so that's fun. You can take the wits. over strength and perception, I think. Yeah, I guess just take strength. So 9 turns. We have to 9 turns of food. We have to consider here. What is our plan for putting up a town? Do we want to just run? With 9 turns of movement available, we might actually be able... I think we have to. I think we have to get in the raft, sail across to somewhere else, and try to make a go of it without getting ambushed by enemies. Now, I would prefer to go northeast, because obviously that's where the obsidian is. We're not as close there. In fact, we're definitely more than 9 turns of movement away. But because it's broken into 2 pieces, it's possible that there aren't enemy spawners on this small island. Maybe we could just get really lucky? Maybe? I really hate that, like, let's get in the water and try to get lucky thing. I especially hate being in the water for 9 turns, because we know that the water events are sometimes a little harsh. If we wanted to build a better boat, how feasible is that? Not feasible. It would have to be made of wood, which means we'd have to go back over to where the Slavian are. Yeah. Okay, let's get in the water and hope. So where, I mean, like, here, I guess, is the space we want to get in? We do have the wind at our back. Depending on whether the wind lasts, that'll help. Yeah, that's given us 3 movement. We could drop some stuff. We could just try to lighten the load a little bit. So let's see. We have 1,400 carry limit. Okay. It is not affected by the goat. Oh, the goat's not... The goat was on the guy who died. Nope, hasn't changed the carry limit. Okay. So, every 140 pounds is costing us 1 point of movement. We could just drop the clay and the granite. We have 100. This is 50 pounds. For some reason, you don't always get a tooltip when you mouse over stuff. Yeah, between the 2 of these, this is 150 pounds. We're probably not going to use it. That'll give us a little bit more push. We should also remember to actually equip the armor. So Magellan gets the best armor, and then Goslav gets the second best armor. And we could equip some more weapons and stuff, I suppose. Who needs a weapon? This kid needs a weapon. Is this crossbow is child operable? Not ideal, though. Well, whatever, we're past ideal. We are now all the way down to desperate. Okay, for some reason I lost movement by lowering my carried weight. That shouldn't have happened. Okay, well. This is like a turn of wind wasted there. And of course, then the wind ends, so that turn of wind wasted cost us a lot. Right? I think we should have been able to move. I played with the weight before moving because I thought there was a chance that it would give us the point of movement on, like, right there on that turn. I mean, could I get us light enough? We kind of have to try, right? Don't need any of this stuff. Like, let's drop everything we don't actually need to be carrying. Just throw it overboard. If we were going to keep anything, it would be 33 fur leather. We'll see. Don't really need... Like, 2 mithril doesn't really help us. That said, 2 mithril also only weighs 8 pounds. Of the equipment, what do we not need? Well, the second gatherer... Oh no, I was going to say he probably has good wisdom, so we should give him an artifact. I mean, we should still give him the artifact, but Boy, his wisdom is not very good. Also, the boar... This doesn't matter for movement on the boat. But if one of these kids has 3 move... Okay, no. So we have a bunch of people at 4 move. It doesn't actually matter who the boar is on. Well, let's put the boar on one of the kids so that they, you know, participate in combat more effectively. And then I guess we can dump, like, the sword is not very good. If we recycle this sword, lose a little bit of weight. Yeah, I mean, I'm never going to use an amber club. Don't really need this many wands. Okay, and then we can dump a lot of the components of those as well. We could have just thrown them overboard, I suppose. If they broke down into something I cared about, I wanted to be able to hold on to that, but... That much monster bone is, like, actually something you could use to build. We're under... Okay, we're under the carry limit. Can I take the monster bone back? We're less than 10% over our carry limit. I think that means that we don't actually lose any move speed. Yeah, okay. We have the 3 movement here. It's looking pretty grim. Okay, well that's that's the game right there. Difficulty 4 Lightbringers on the tiny island kills us. So you don't die immediately when you run out of food. People just start taking health damage every turn. Let's try to make landfall over here and see if we can... make a little bit of a go of it. Okay, another child. Hey, remember when we had adults? Like, I'm happy that we're getting more kids, but when are any of them going to grow up? 32 turns. The half-orc is 20 turns. Okay, 3 turns on Misladar. So Lubomir should be... Nope, Lubomir just had a really slow growth phase. Okay, well... We need to sit right here and gather fish. We're gathering what we're eating. Okay, a little bit of beetle jelly will help with this this early turn. Okay, so now we have enough food that we can actually, like, be alive a little bit. We could gather a... We could sit here gathering until we hit another turn where we get 20 fish. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't know what we need now. We kind of need... We don't need gatherers or crafters or warriors. We need other stuff. I'm gonna do that, I guess. Okay, Misladar, the attractive warrior. Our gathering problem is that there's not enough gathering slots on stuff, not that we don't have people with good gathering skill. Speaking of people with good gathering skill, we should remember to give gathering tools to people. And I guess sort by gathering... Okay. Koslav, you get the other gathering tool. Should we go and look around? Like, we kind of gotta find something. Ooh, Alpha Clans. Okay, not good. We have an orc in our party. We might have... No, they're difficulty 5. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of challenge we get involved in. We will not be able to do it. But they're coming for us. We don't actually get a say here. Well, I guess let's try to say hi. Maybe we could bribe them to leave us alone or something? I don't believe that was a choice. We could also just jump in the water. Man, I would hate to have to start a new game. I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world. It's not like we spent a ton of time in this game. I felt like we had such a good base, just because we had so many kids, but we have had a really hard time getting people to grow up into useful stuff. We don't have enough gear. Okay, hold on a second. Maybe what we want to do here is... What are your stats like? 7 and 4. Make you this guy. It's not great, but it's the best we're going to do. There's no way we could fight. But we can run. I think that's all we got, really. Let's get back in the water and, oh, man. I was really hoping that we maybe be far enough north that there wouldn't be Lightbringers right on top of us. And, of course, right at this moment, rain, so that you can't possibly see whether there's a safe place to go ahead. What is the shape of this mini island? Okay, so there is a little bottleneck there. We might be able to get to the other side of that bottleneck and be okay. Oh, jeez. Look at the bears. Look at the size of those bears. I think I made a series of tactical errors that have become strategic errors. We have 1 turn worth of food left. What we really need to do is sit right here. Yeah, if we sit right here, we'll gather 20 fish on the next turn because we have so much rollover. We don't have a hunter, so we're not going to be able to, like, do a cheaty yellow challenge to avoid fighting them. If we get up, we're going to eat all of our food. But if we stay put, we die. So... beautiful flute melody and 3 women whirling around in a circle. Okay, let's try this. Okay, any victory in the concept challenge is a good enough victory. And then we get in the water and we get to the other side of the thing. And the rain needs to stop because I need visibility. Okay, excellent. The bears do attempt to chase us, and we do not find a source of food. And Goslav gains the perception, and then we swap the weapons. Here, you take this, do it like that. It's not ideal, but we're pretty far from ideal being available, I think. Okay, this right here, this is what we needed. Alright, now we are reliably gathering food. Am I cursed? Really? I mean, I believe you. I just... When did we get cursed again? Well... 40? No. We're just gonna have to deal. Oh, that's right. The spiritual curse from the, that village ceremony was after we got decursed before. Okay. So. We're somewhere. We do have 33 turns worth of campfire fuel, so we could afford to just sit here and gather for a little while, and there's nothing directly on top of us. I'm waiting for a turn when we get some decent rollover. I mean, we're gaining food, actually. We're, like, actively gaining food. Oh, great. Another warrior or crafter or gatherer. We have a lot of crafters. Or we have a lot of gatherers already, but we don't need more than 1 crafter, really. What I really need is for my kids to have more options when they grow up. Alright. So there was the turn where we got the extra rollover. We just need to look around. That's real bad. Let's back way up. I mean, we could try to make the obsidian happen. Because remember, we don't have to... It's not like we have to actually build the town here, right? We just have to find a place where we can survive while gathering. Get enough obsidian to make the idol out of pure stone, and then we can bounce back to somewhere safer. We might, no promises, still be able to put this together and use our huge cloud of gatherers and stuff to get something done. We could try using the catch pet ritual a couple of times to get some pets that have some other stats on them so that we can actually have the kids grow up into something interesting, or... I don't know. I don't know exactly what we're going to do, but I do know that we are out of time for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time, tomorrow, to see if we can figure out a way to salvage the real weird things happened here. I mean, I'm pretty bummed out about how many of these kids, about how many gatherers we're going to end up with. but it's not like a bad thing, actually. It's just less good than I had hoped. That's sort of the story of this whole thing so far. Less good than I had hoped. Yeah, come back next time, see if we can salvage this somehow, and we'll see you then.